awarded $13,000, I understand, for the beautification of Olive Elementary School. Today they are receiving the award
At 12:30.
at 12:30. So they have asked us, the beautification committee person has asked us to be there because they considered that Frank was a big part of that, encouraging them and helping
Because,
them out.
because it really didn't have nothing to do with Kiwanis. It really had to do with what the Lord is doing. So
Right,
in the
that's-
realm of the Spirit, we can say, wow, this is what the Lord has done. And the little gal that put it in there, she said, she even mentioned it yesterday when I saw her. She says, well, God did this. The Lord did this. Jesus, sweet Jesus did this. It's so good.
I don't know that the kids did it. I think the teachers did it. This is where they're going to put the flags.
Boys and girls, the reason why we're here started with two special people. I'm going to invite the first one to join me, Mrs. Gonzalez. Come on up and join me, please. As you know, Mrs. Gonzalez teaches fourth grade. One of the ways is she inspires that in her students. She is always, always, always telling students to be good role models, to be thinking about everyone in our school community and outside the school community, and because of her inspiration, some of her students took on this project. He got a flyer about a contest from his teacher, Mrs. Gonzalez, and it encouraged him to save labels on, so David did. And pretty soon, other boys and girls in his class saw him bring them in, correct, boys and girls? Yes. And so they started bringing in labels and more labels and more labels. And pretty soon they had quite a bit collected. They went to their teacher, Mrs. Gonzalez, and asked her to turn them in. And she did. And I always remember what you told me, Mrs. Gonzalez, that with a leap of faith, you put them in an envelope and mailed them off to the Dairy Council. And then what happened? Well, one day I came into the office and Mrs. Rivas said, Miss Lovato, you have a phone call from the California Dairy Council representative who told me that our school, because of Mrs. Gonzalez, because of David Martinez, won second place in a nationwide contest. And because we won second place due to their leadership, our school will receive $13,000. I'm going to invite the boys and girls of Mrs. Gonzalez's class to join us. And we have a big round of applause for our heroes. Boys and girls, I want you not just to recognize your classmates, but also to think about leadership and think about how just one person can make a difference. Sometimes there's things that come our way and you think, I don't know, should I do this? What will happen? And David, his classmates, their teacher, they leap of faith, they did this, never second guessing themselves, and all of us benefited. So I am so thankful for your efforts. I want to introduce a special guest to everyone now. This is Jim Brody from California Dairy Council. Can I invite you to come on up and join me? I also want to invite our special guest from our school district, Ms. Sherry Fernandez, to come on up and join us. hand this over to Miss Jen.
Thank you, Ms. Lovato. And thank you guys so much for participating, for taking the leadership, and for collecting a $20,000 prize, a $10,000 prize, a $5,000 prize. We also had lots of $500 prizes. So that $13,000 that you won for your school was a grand prize, but it was also these additional small prizes. So every tiny little seal counted. And so what you did brought a lot of money to your school. We're going to give your principal a big check. Congratulations. But there's more. Because it was a grand prize winner, a second prize grand prize winner, every single student in Mrs. Gonzalez's class gets a Wii Fit too to take home. Participation does pay off, so I am very thrilled and honored to be here today representing our dairy families to present a check for $13,000 to Ms. Lovato.
Thank you, Ms. Chaparro. That we wanted to provide an additional donation of 500 books for your school. So we want to provide 500 books. Remember, if you have a library as a library, you know how important it is to
I also need that. Yes. Hasta atrás. Here we go. Hey, everybody say cheese. Or I should have said leche. Never mind. Okay.
That's what I was just telling you.
Right. Well, we were
Superlatives.
yeah, I was thinking, by the time we have the kites done and then we finish the hallway, and then he'll finish the Torrey Pines, we'll have most of the school painted. It'll be fabulous. That'd be wonderful. So, and I'm looking forward to having the asset to do the garden, so that'll be great.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
We're
All
glad
right.
we're involved.
I'm so glad. We're thankful. We're the luckiest girl.
Can you take 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and just tell him
Definitely.
what really happened there, and this is what you told me?
Well,
I mean,
I can't take all the credit, okay? Because it wasn't for my little guy, David. He made it possible for the rest of the class to start participating. But all that I have to say was all that I did and all the credit that I take for myself. It's just that I licked it, put a stamp on it, and then I gave thanks to God, and I put a little blessing on the envelope, and I put it in the mail. So when we found out, the first things out of my mouth was, thank you, Jesus, because he made all of this possible. And he made it possible. I was just an instrument, and he guided me, and that's what I did. So,
That's wonderful.
so thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank
our
you so
pleasure.
much.
our
Thank you
pleasure.
so much. I'm just really excited and feel very blessed. Now we have 500 books we're getting done.
I
Oh my
know,
gosh.
it isn't that wonderful.
Started off sort of praying together. Did you see that maybe a noticeable change? Did things start really happening?
Definitely, we felt more positive about our environment. We were working together as a team, and when you work together, you come together as a community, as a, I guess as one. So many things started to happen, and so many opportunities started coming our ways. Things that we weren't even anticipating. And this was one of them because, I did it. I could have thrown those seals away, but I didn't. And I put them in the envelope, I read it, and I sent it right on December 23rd. I remember that day because I put it down right on December 23rd, and then I mailed them off, and that was very exciting. So
Yeah, that was great.
that was very exciting. So
What a wonderful thing. And for that, young boy to feel like
Yeah,
can do
he
this
made a
because
difference.
That's something that a child can do.
Excellent. And you know what I told them? I told the whole class, I said, if you take anything out of this, it's not that you won something. It I said is that you helped so many people. You helped the school, you helped the farmers and their families, and I said, if anything, that should make you feel so special. We were doing it for what we got, because we didn't know we were going to win. We just knew that when we sent in those seals, we were going to help people. And we did. In return, we helped our school too.
All right.
So, very, very happy. And here's my famous superstar right here.
Superstar.
Here's my
Hi,
famous
superstar. That is awesome, superstar.
Just keep up that attitude. Even no matter how
Leadership, right?
Do all
small,
things.
and no matter how small it looks,
We did it.
when a bunch of people get together, it multiplies.
And